You're listening to The Swindon, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Ben Ridner. I am one of the 2 hosts of the 2-host show, The Swingdom, where we talk about golf every week. I am here with my best golfing buddy, Gunnar.
Am I here?
You are here.
Not in person.
Yes,
in
person. I can hear you. You are
personally here.
You are audibly accessible to all of our listeners.
Perfect.
Even though you're not visually accessible to all of our YouTube followers.
Yeah, but we got a cool logo, so
yeah, I'm psyched. We got the logo. Look, I'm not saying it's prettier than you are. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's me today.
I'm just saying you designed it, so you deserve to have it. Did you
you
design it? Did Dora design it? Did Dan design it?
Dan.
I think Dan did the words. I think Dora did the face.
Dora definitely did the face. Dan did the words, and then you and I said, "What if we put them together?" And then Dan was like, "Yeah, we could do that."
Let's do that. Let's make it happen. All right. So this week on the Swingdom, in this alternate dimension where we only talk about golf, and nothing but golf, we're going to be discussing my personal qualms and tribulations when it comes to golf.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to then talk about the news. We're going to talk about what happened last week at the championship of the Byron Nelson Extraordinaire.
Yes.
And then we're going to get on to Major Week.
Yeah, it's Major Week.
Okay, good. Actually, it's not just me. It's not just me.
This week is funny because it doesn't feel like a major championship. And
well, Friday's my birthday.
All the time. Friday is your birthday.
Yeah, Friday's my birthday.
Yes.
And I'm sort of used to it being like a championship because it's like Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's usually like a major around Memorial Day, but for some reason, I don't think of it as the PGA.
Right.
But it might be. We discussed this a little bit last week where I was again like the PGA Championship is not run by the PGA Tour, it's run by the PGA of America.
Correct.
Which is strange because it's a bit like ATM. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Well, like when you get money out of the ATM,
Okay.
when you're like, I'm going to the ATM machine.
Yes, that ATM. Yes, 100%.
You're like, I'm going to the ATM machine, and it's like, well, why are you going to the automatic teller machine?
Sure.
So, what is the PGA of America?
The PGA of America is the Professional Golfers Association of America.
Oh, so it's not the same. Then I'm wrong.
Teaching pros.
It's not the Professional Golfers of America.
Of America? No.
Why would they call themselves an association when clearly they don't care about each other?
No, they do.
Do they?
Yes, they definitely do. And the PGA Tour is the Professional Golfers Association Tour. It's the best players in the PGA go on tour. It's all coveted. It's like
I know,
a really good teacher.
I get it.
It's like
I get it, but it still boggles my mind that the PGA, and this is why we sort of discussed this a little bit last week. I don't want to get too into this. I'm sure you don't either.
Well, I have a good comparison.
Okay.
The PGA is like teachers.
Yeah.
And the PGA Tour is those teachers who are really good that now just go around the country and talk to big crowds about their field. That's lecturers. That's what it's like. This is the exact same thing.
You can still see my face, right?
Yeah, I see your face, but I'm choosing to ignore your face.
Look, I'm here in the tower overlooking the 18th at Kiowa Island, and I'm just as confused as I've ever been. So this is, it just is what it is.
Could not be a good analogy. That's all I'm saying.
It's not that it's not a good analogy. I'm just sort of going.
I may have oversold myself.
Like, I'm just trying to think of it in terms of like professionalism, but that's not really the case. Cause like, I don't know any other sport where they allow different regulatory committees and groups to hold their own tournaments under the same rules.
Tennis.
But I thought tennis is still like it's all under like the professional like tennis tour.
I'm not sure. I don't think that's true, but I don't cover tennis. I don't cover golf either. I mean, I just talk about it.
We just talk about it. Yeah, we have no idea what's going on. Shall we get into our personal golf strategies for this week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was your golf this week?
I didn't play, but you know what? I did. Gavin's all scheduled. Gavin's tours, my son's tours, all scheduled.
Okay.
All two tours, all scheduled out, bought and paid for. We're in like Flynn. He's got 10 tournaments this season. So
that's legit. Can he move to England with me?
No.
And just like play all the golf he wants to all the time, and we won't even care about school anymore. We'll do a little bit of school here and there.
That's the dream. He not for the next couple of days because he just
when he turns like 16 and you're like, yeah, it's time. I'm gonna be like, bring it on, bring him over.
Come on down.
Let's
Funky
do
Town.
this.
We're going. I'll send him over at 16.
Yeah. So I played golf this week. On Monday, I had my second round of singles match play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like knockout. So it's like March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And my handicap now is a 13.7.
Good Lord.
I wish I could see your face. I wish I could.
I was reading something.
It's not bad. Like, so I explained to you what I explained. I think I explained to everybody 2 weeks ago what happened to my handicap.
Yes.
It dropped to an 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I called England Golf to sort out the new WHS whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going back to a 12, it went to a 14.
Mm-hmm. And so we're coming down.
So we're coming down. Yeah. Well, 13.7 is what it came down to. And there's sort of this thing that happens at a lot of golf courses in England where like people are playing for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You're either playing for your week-to-week tournaments, like your friendlies, your skins games, your this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And like you want your score to go down because it's like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're playing for your yearly competitions,
mm-hmm.
which is like your gross net club championship, your knockouts, your team knockouts, all this other sort of stuff.
Is this medal play?
No,
not all of it. Or not any of it.
So like the club championship is medal.
Okay.
One Saturday a month we play medal. But 8 times a month you play Stableford.
Right. Which I really like.
Which I like as well. So I was playing in my match and I was playing this really, really good golfer. He's a 7 handicap. He's a great guy. I really like him. He's a fun guy. But I'm a 14 now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm dialed in.
You just can't even be stopped.
Like, and not even like in a bad way. Like I shot to my handicap on the front 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kept score. I kept the scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first hole is a 220-yard par 4.
How long?
220 yards.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I parred it.
And
he bogeyed it.
What?
So I was up 1.
I got to play this golf course.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. I mean, it's like a proper, like in the States, we would call it an executive course.
Yeah. It's totally an executive course. It sounds like.
Yeah. It's like par 35. Like, I think it's par 70. It's like 5,400 yards.
Yeah.
Like there are 2 par 3s that are 180 yards. There are 2 par 4s that are 210 yards.
With executive courses, like Gavin gets to go to all these tournaments.
Yeah.
And so we show up and they're like, oh, you're playing the executive course today. And Gavin already knows like it's going to take like 5 under to win. And they're 12.
Yeah.
And 13, you know what I mean?
But this is the thing, like everybody's a member here. Every other course I've been to, it is like they've put like, so if I'm 13.7 at my home course,
Yeah.
I go to another course and I automatically go up 2 strokes. I'm a 15.
Which is nice.
Which is okay, but like it sort of feels like it's an executive, like my home course is an executive course. Like it's a practice facility that happens to have 9 holes.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? They've got the driving range, they've got a putting green, they've got a par 3 course, and then they've got 9 holes that it takes you an hour and a half to 2 hours to play.
It's wild.
It is. But I mean, it's great because like that's what I want. Like that's what I wanted was like something that was like it was accessible to everybody. It's fun to go to. You get 9 holes in an hour and a half. You're not tempted to play 18. I get back to the misses like 2 hours later. Everything's hunky-dory. It's lovely and it's fine. But when you play it twice a month, when you play it twice a week, like you get to know the course really well.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think I told you this. I think last year somebody won the net club championship with a net 62.
Yes. You were very upset about that.
I was not thrilled by that. And so like, for lack of a better term, like I'm sort of like, I've joined a golf course in the area as well. So now I'm a member of 2 golf courses.
Ooh.
Yeah. Excuse me. Thank you.
Sounds like a 1%er problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Do you know which way my sailboat is going today by accident? I have no idea. Which shoes should I wear on my sailboat? I've got a pair of boat shoes and I've got a pair of other boat shoes. Yeah. So like, it's just one of those things. And like, so the guy I was playing on Monday was a 7 handicap and we go through the first 9 and I shoot Stableford 18.
Okay.
So I shoot to my handicap on the nose.
You shoot half. Yeah. Half of full points. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so when we only play 9, like 18 is like, because it's a 9-hole course. So the way Bovey Tracy Golf Center works.
So I guess that's even. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way, it's even after my handicap.
Right.
So I shot 6 over.
Yeah, but after your handicap, you're even.
Well, exactly. So exactly. But the way Bovey Tracy Golf Center works is there's 2 tee boxes on each hole.
Right.
And so like you play 1 and then like you then play 10, which is like 5 yards back.
Okay.
And then you play 2 and then you play 11, which is like 5 yards back.
Is it just back or is it in a different location?
It's back.
Oh, okay.
It's never like in a different, like it's never different. It's just back.
Okay.
And like it's not like there's 2 pins on each hole either.
Well, that would be terrible.
Why? That'd be amazing.
Because if you get a hole in one
on the wrong one,
not good.
That'd be amazing. So I am, and this is like a guy who's like, he's a 7, he's a good golfer. And like, to be fair, like at Summer Knockout, he should be beating me, but because it's handicap, like it's what it is. So I play to my handicap. He plays 13 or 14 on the first. So he's like playing like 5 under his handicap, or probably, I think like he's playing 3 under his handicap.
Yeah.
So I'm up 3 through 9. I'm up 1 through 1, which is just bad news bears for him.
And
then I'm up 3 through 9. And then he gets 1 back. And then like I end up winning on the 15th hole.
Okay.
Right. But I'm like on the 13th and 14th hole, he's like,
so you're up 4 and 3. Is that it? Is that where we're at?
Yeah. I won 4 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I won 4 with 3 to go. Like it was Dormy 4 and I won 4 and 3.
Okay.
All the terms that don't make any sense. Let's get them out there. But on like the 13th hole, like
we got to get used to it. Where the Ryder Cup's coming.
Yeah. So like the 13th hole is a long par 5. It's like 540 yards. Yeah. And I tee it low and I outdrive him by 50 yards.
Whew.
Like this is a kid. This is a kid who's a great golfer, but like his biggest flaw, he's got 2 massive flaws, and I'm not trying to like blow him up. I really, really like this kid. I want to be his friend. I want to play golf with this kid all the time. His 2 biggest faults are like, he doesn't take practice swings. And that's not the fault. The fault is I don't think he takes the time to do anything about course management.
Oh yeah. That's
you know what I mean?
That's everybody's major fault.
Like tee it high and let it fly. But he's a 7 handicap.
Well, that's what happens when I don't have course management and I'm a 5. It's the course management makes you better. It makes you better. And so when you play low, like when you have a low handicap, you're like, it's just my game.
So I'm going to add it. So there's 3. So one is he's got no course. It doesn't seem like he has much course management. He plays the course like he always plays it, and it's either a good day or a bad day.
That's the problem. That's the low handicap issue.
Yeah.
When you're good quick, it's all I have to fine tune my game, not the course is beating me somehow. How do I fight back?
Yeah. 2 is he has no descent angle.
Oh, okay.
So his 10-degree driver is a 22-degree hybrid.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, so we had wind at us, and he's like, well, you outdrive me by 50 yards. I was like, yeah, well, like I teed it down an extra quarter of an inch and hit my same shot under the wind. I was like, you hit your same driver that you hit here 1,000 times before, and you got caught in the wind and it flew backwards. Like, that's just what happened.
Yeah, it hangs up and falls. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, when it comes to match plays, he cannot let go of previous holes. He really let like the pressure of each hole. So like we get to 13 and he's like, well, you outdrove me by like 50 yards. There's no way you're like a 14 handicap and I'm a 7.
And that was like 6 holes ago.
And yeah, I'm sort of like, well, like I've been up for like you bogeyed like a par 4, 220-yard hole that I didn't birdie it.
Right.
Like all the holes I was supposed to bogey, I bogeyed. He parred them.
Yeah.
Like he played really, really, really good golf on the holes he was supposed to play good golf on. And I played my game on the game, like on the golf that I was supposed to play my game on. And then we're getting to like, we're on like the 15th hole. Like I hit like, it's a 200-yard par 3. I know it's dormy. So what do I do? Like, what would you do? It's 200 yards straight par 3, not up or down. There's a bunker on the left side of the green. Like, what do you do?
Well, what do I do? Now, my club selection is not going to be the same, but 200 yards, it's dormy. I play to the front and 2-putt. That's what I do. I'm not going for the pin.
That's exactly what I did.
You play the front. I played
180 yards to the front.
Yeah.
I chipped it past the hole to get the line back. And I hit miraculously, like granted, I hit a 25-yard putt that I was just trying to lag.
The foot putt. Yeah.
25-foot putt. Yeah. That I was just trying to lag. He pulls out his hybrid.
And goes for it.
And rips it. And
but he has to.
It goes left 20 yards.
Yeah.
And then he duffs his chip onto the green. And then he hits his second chip onto the green. And so like he's got a 1-putt for bogey. And I've got 2 putts to dormy and win. And I hit the first one.
Yeah.
But he's like going there. He's like, well, you're not really a 14 handicap. Like you obviously like play differently in competition than you do in you know, when you're out here doing the things. And I'm like, I'm sorry for doing all these lists. I apologize for this. But I'm like, number 1, match play. Like I play each hole.
Right.
When I was 1 up after 1, like I knew I had you because you were trying to beat my brains out. And all I had to do was keep up. Like there. Number 2, like on roll-ups and like friendly days that they're accepting scorecards, like the average handicap at my golf course is a 20 to 25. So like when we're playing like on a Tuesday, Thursday, like it's asking for advice and like, well, what would you do here? And wow, you're a good golfer. And you know what I mean? Like it probably takes like 3 or 4 strokes off of my game because like, it's not like I'm not focused in the competitive way.
Right.
Like even though there's $3 on the line, like I'm not focused in the way in which I should be focused because I'm just sort of like, well, I'm out here with mates. I'm having fun. Like my card's going in. It is what it is. We're going to have a good time. Like there's going to be 4 shots where I'm not focused because there's been a duff off the tee, like a chip here, a chip there in the water. And I'm sort of like feeling a bit like I'm playing down to them. There's nothing wrong with that. Like when you play with me, like you go from breaking 80 to breaking 90 because we're having fun playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I play so terribly with you.
Yeah.
Because we're enjoying playing golf.
Yeah. Like we're having a good time. And that's sort of like that's like my handicap is more to like the fun side of golf than because like nobody takes the Tuesday, Thursday stuff competitively.
Right.
Like nobody does. And it's a shame. Like it's a crying shame because like as a club, there are like inter-club competitions and we should always be working on our game as a club and like making a team and doing this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been invited to any of that, so I don't really care.
You don't get to have a good time.
No. So I'm just going to win the knockout, get my name on the board and see what happens next. I just wanted to rant about that. Thank you for letting me rant about that. I sincerely apologize. If you guys want to hear any more about my golf shenanigans, just send us an email, theswingdomofgolf@gmail.com.
Boom shakalaka.
And yeah. No, I had a blast playing. I didn't feel bad winning, but I also at the same time was like this is my hand. Like I played to my handicap, and I was like nose to the grindstone, like trying to get this out. Like I went in thinking he's a 7 handicap, I'm a 14, and he's got a shot because he's a good golfer. Like he's got a real.
You have to, even as the person getting strokes, you are now having to stay cognizant of, well, I need to play my best, even if it's nowhere near theirs. And
I do and I said this to him. He's like, well, you're not playing like a 14 handicap. I was like, what I didn't want to say to him was like, you're too wound up in the scores right now. And you're not playing like a 7 handicap.
Right. That's exactly it. You're not playing. You're playing maybe around a 10, maybe an 11 or 12.
Yeah.
But he's definitely playing more towards a 9 or a 10.
No. And I played between a 12 and 14 on the nose. Like I was 18 through the front 9 and through the back 6, I was 14, which means if I parred the last 3 holes, which I wouldn't have done, I probably would have bogeyed 14. So I would have been exactly 18. I would have been 36 round. I would have been on my handicap. So let's just say 36 to 38. Like he was like, I think he was like a 13 on the front. And he was like a 10 through 6, which means he would have been a 16. He would have been a 29. It's like Stableford points is what I'm saying. So he would have been well above his well above his handicap. Like he played to he played to a 12. He played to my game.
Right.
When he could not do that because I got the strokes.
Right.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
On to Cincinnati.
That's right. And you move on to the next round.
I'll move on to the next round. And I'm psyched about it. Yeah. I think I give up like 2 strokes on the next round or something like that. All right. You want to talk about the news a little bit? Let's talk about Tiger Woods because Tiger Woods is the only news there ever is. Correct?
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. Tiger Woods is now outside the top 100 for the first time since a long time ago.
What?
Yes.
Sucking.
Yeah, I think since he won the Masters, I think after the Masters, that sort of sucked him back in. And he is still going to be the Ryder Cup vice captain.
He's a good cat. Hey, how many days over under 1 does he walk around in sunglasses with a backwards hat?
0. He is going to be in a buggy.
Boring.
He's got so many pins in his legs. That's stupid.
How cool is Tiger Woods going to look with a cane?
Be great. Just rock like an old bullseye putter with like a rubber bottom.
Oh, he's going to look so cool.
Yeah. That's what I do. Like I've got my Scotty Cameron bullseye putter just for when I can't walk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna put the bottom of of crutches on it. Just be like super stroke putter, like use that and just like whenever I need to replace the shaft.
Yeah, you put a cane foot on it, and that's what I do with mine.
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely twisted the crap out of my ankle yesterday.
You needed it.
I slipped on a rock while mowing the lawn and like fell 2 feet and just landed on my ankle on some concrete. And that was not fun. This is interesting. This is COVID, which is why we started the podcast. And it still continues today. Vaccinated players will not have to wear a mask inside or outside on the PGA Tour anymore. This goes along with CDC regulations.
Okie dokie. Gavin got his vaccine today. So
Dora got her vaccine today. So I think I'm getting mine soon.
So that's good. I'll tell him when he's on tour, he doesn't have to wear his mask.
Until then, Gavin, wear a mask.
Yeah, you're in the clear. Almost.
Lee Westwood's not going to the Olympics.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The Olympic, and I don't even want to have this argument again.
What?
Because I know I'm right. The Olympics, winning a gold medal is the greatest achievement in any sport. And for you to pull out willy-nilly like Lee Westwood is crazy. Everybody's pulling out of the Olympics. What if they don't ask golf back for another 85 years? You're dead. You're dead. You'll never see it.
Where is this? I want to do a bit of looking into this just for a second.
Every single player on the PGA Tour right now will not compete in the next Olympics if they decide like nobody's showing up to this. This happened last time because people weren't showing up because of Zika virus.
Yeah.
It's always a virus. Take the precautions and go.
Yeah.
Get your vaccine.
I don't know where it is. I can't find it right now. I wanted to see if there's something more into it. I probably should have done a bit more research into.
And I understand COVID's not the reason that some of them aren't going. I get it. But you should go.
I think so too.
Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Just to go to like Olympic Village and just like live your best life.
Look, I don't even know if they're doing Olympic Village.
But he's claiming it has to do with his hectic schedule. So I'm reading this directly off of the Golf Channel right now. Your hectic
schedule should include the Olympics.
Yeah. He's got family commitments. 7 and 8 weeks is not good for him. There's already a lot of tournaments crammed in around there. The Scottish Open, the Open Championship. I need a couple of weeks off between there and the WGC FedEx St. Jude Invitational. There's only another week off, and I could be playing 3 FedEx Cup events, a week off, then the Ryder Cup. I want to be in good shape for all of those. So he's prioritizing the money in the PGA Tour over the Olympics. And I'm with you. Like this is not often said on this channel. On this podcast. I agree. I think you go number one, like I love Japan. You go to Japan, like you play golf in Japan. Like they love golf, they worship golf. It would be a bit like if the Olympics were in the UK, like if golf was in the Olympics in the UK or in America, it would be similar. Like we felt like in Brazil, like it was sort of well, who's going to be there? Oh, not that many people. Oh, okay, great. It's like, I don't know. Did you watch the Olympics in Brazil? Did you watch the golf there?
I never miss an Olympic event when it's being aired.
So did you remember like there were not like there were less than 100 spectators. It felt like it was very, very strange. I think in Japan, it's going to be one of the more packed events. And I understand Lee Westwood saying, I want to be fresh for the FedEx Cup. I understand what he's saying. I don't agree with it.
I wish you could.
I don't agree with it.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How many? Can you quick look up how many?
60.
Sure. Thank you. That's a lot. I don't think it's that many. How many Open Championships Lee Westwood's been in?
Oh, probably 25 or 30.
Okay. And
he's 48. So I want to say somewhere somewhere around I think he's been in 20 Masters championships.
Okay.
So he might have been in 25, 28. Like I almost want to say 28 or 30 Open championships.
I wish we had a game show intro music thing real quick. I want to play a little game.
Welcome to Swingdom the Game Show.
Obligatory since we already played it. Sponsored by Mcdowell.
Was that good enough?
Yeah. Listen, we need to find a game show intro because I want to play this game.
All right.
Here's the game. It's called Blank or the Olympics. The Scottish Masters.
Okay.
Or the Olympics. This is the game. You have to answer.
Oh, no, it's the Olympics.
The
Like, so for me, like, and this is what I'm going to say. And I'm like, I think this will answer all of your game show questions.
No, I want to ask my game. Let me have a game show segment.
Okay, you got it. It's all on you. Let me get close to the mic. What is the Olympics?
Ding, ding, ding. The Open Championship. After playing it 20 times.
What is... Do I get to play it next year?
It doesn't matter. You've already played it 20 times. Next year.
No. Do I get to play in the Open Champion? If I skip the Open Championship this year, do I get to play in it next year?
Can you guarantee that you'll make it to the Olympics next year?
Well, there's only Olympics once every 4 years.
Right. So that's a no.
No, what I'm saying is no. So this is a like what I was trying to push you into is saying the
Olympics.
Oh no! What I'm trying to say is like is it Royal St. George's or the Olympics? And I would say Olympics. Is it the old course?
I see.
Is it the old course or is it the Olympics? And that is harder for me to say.
I understand.
That's a bit like that. I'd be like, well, what else is on my schedule? Cancel it all. I'm playing the old course and the Olympics, and that's it.
Here's my counter argument.
Yeah.
So he's saying he wants to be fresh for these things.
Yeah.
I don't care. Go play it. I don't care how you feel. You're playing at the old course at St. Andrews in the Open Championship.
Well, and I sort of understand. Like, I want to see what his schedule was like.
The Olympics.
I want to see what his schedule was like a bit more towards the beginning of the year, where he went 2 to Bryson and then 1 to Bryson and then like 3 at a major.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just sitting there going, wait a second, is this 47, 48-year-old Lee Westwood? The answer was yes. Look, for me, it's like number
Lee
one,
Westwood's
you get to
make the next Olympics. Go.
I think this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this year the answer is Olympics.
Yeah,
because it's not an open.
Go.
It's not an open I care about. The Scottish Master, go to that if you want to. It's pretty fair. Like, it's like, that sounds like it's fun. That sounds like a fun adventure. Like, my other question is like, what is one more week?
Just go to the Olympics.
Like, you've got 30 years of professional golf in you, and then you just sit around and tell stories for the rest of your life and play on the Champions Tour. This year, I would be like, I'm getting it all in.
Right.
Like, that's how I feel about it, especially the Masters is like a 60 to 70 man field, like the 2 best in their country only. Like, you've got to say, this year I've got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are the top, because it's the top 4 US. That's like the top 4 UK. And then it's like the top 2 in the world everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only are you going to be 52 in 4 years, but you're not going to be in the top 4. Like, you are bat poop crazy. You go to the Olympics.
What? He's in England, right?
Yes, he's English.
Well, I understand he's English, but I mean,
yeah.
You know, there's players who aren't in, who rep their like, there's American players who aren't actually American.
Yes.
Oh, Great Britain. There we go. Oh, it's not going to tell me. I'm trying to see if he qualified for the Olympics last time in Brazil.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think
so
he did.
So go to the Olympics.
This is a once in a lifetime opportunity for him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and this is the thing: is
he's not going to make it next time.
Like Ricky Fowler, once in a lifetime opportunity for him to go to the Olympics, and he made the most of it.
He sure did.
Like,
and he was one of the better players.
Yeah. All right. Since we're talking about the Olympics, let's move on to the next part of the Olympics.
Yes.
Sung Jae Im.
Uh-huh.
The only way he becomes eligible for not doing 2 years of military service for South Korea is by winning a medal in the Olympics.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
John Rahm says in a press conference, if it's between third and fourth place, I'll take a bribe off of him.
I'll miss a putt.
I'll miss a putt. That's exactly what he says. He goes, I'll 3-putt to keep Sung Jae Im on tour.
Yeah.
I think that's so in the vein of camaraderie, good golf, like just fun times. Winning on the PGA Tour, winning a major doesn't exempt you from military service in South Korea, but winning an Olympic medal of any kind does.
Any kind. I love it.
So when the Olympics come around, Sung Jae Im is my first pick.
Yes.
And you're going to let me have him.
I think we're both going to take Sung Jae Im.
All right, good. And I'm okay with that. I'll take Sung Jae Im for all 6 picks for both of us. Great. All right, that sounds good.
Oh my God.
There's another Korean player. I didn't write down his name because I'm an idiot.
That's true.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next bit of news. The next bit of news is Max Homa's caddy.
Yes.
Is playing in the Amateur 4-Ball Championship of the United States.
Sure is.
And
actually, the qualifier for that happened a little while ago in our section. And
did you qualify?
I didn't even play. I tried to get into the junior 4-ball, but they said no.
So you ready for this?
Yeah.
Guess who's caddying for Max Homa at the PGA Championship?
Freaking Bones is.
Freaking Bones Mackay.
Yeah, Bones is. But Max Homa's winning it.
Well, no. So Max Homa says Max Homa goes it's going to be invaluable to have a caddy like Bones Mackay on my bag. Like it's going to be the best. We're gonna have so much fun. Like he's got one of the greatest minds in golf. Oh, by the way, I don't mean to insult my usual caddy, but he's not as good as Bones is.
Didn't Bones say something like, watch out, I'm gunning for your job now?
I hope so. That'd be amazing. Like Max Homa is one of the best characters on tour, and I wish he won a bit more. I wish he was competing for majors more often than he is. And the last bit of news, and we'll probably talk about this a lot during the actual PGA Championship segment. Tony Finau forgot that you're allowed to use rangefinders this week.
I'm surprised. TC, here's my take. Tony Finau's the only player who admitted that he forgot you could use rangefinders this week.
Yes.
People are mad. People are so mad about the rangefinders.
Why?
Who said? I can't remember who said it was going to cause slow play.
They're hoping it speeds up play.
I honest to God want to say it was Brooks Koepka who said it was going to slow play down.
The only thing that's slowing down play is the wind in his mustache.
You know what slows play down? Having to lay down and have the personal trainer work on your leg in the middle of a tournament. You know what slows play down? A Theragun.
Yes.
Pumping your hip because you can't walk. Jesus.
I just don't get it. Like, number one, like here, I'm here in beautiful Kiowa Island.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
And I'm going to be interested to see what happens with these rangefinders.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the exact opposite of sports.
Kind of.
Like, and let me clarify. Like, When you have a new rule in baseball, it goes to either college or the minors first.
Oh my gosh. I wish they would move the mound back. I really do. But the pitch clock, speaking of baseball, the pitch clock, we got to see one of the first pitch clocks because we go to minor league baseball games all the time.
Yeah.
And so we went to like the third game of the season when they introduced the pitch clock. And let me tell you what, I'd be watching that pitch clock because I will scream foul from behind the dugout and be like, he didn't make it.
Even if you're like, the thing is, I was like, I would scream that 4 seconds early.
You better pitch now, go.
like 4 seconds before, you know what I mean? I would start go like at 15 seconds, I would be like 10, 9,
start the
8,
countdown.
and they'd be rushing, and they'd like there'd still be 5 seconds less. I'm like, I'm that person. I'm that much fun. Like,
no, I'm going to start doing that.
You ever done that? Like, we used to go to college basketball games and do that with the shot clock.
Oh yeah, you do that with shot clock, 100%.
That's what I'm saying. Like you do that with the pitch clock. I'm
going to start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say you get so many walks out of that. That was what I'm saying. Shout out Richmond Flying Squirrels, AAA of the San Francisco Giants.
Very cool.
We're go nuts. Free plug. All right, go.
But I'm very surprised that that's not starting in the Corn Ferry Tour. Like this is a like I'm very surprised this isn't starting like at the Chicken Championship. This is a flipping major.
This is a major championship.
This is a major championship, and you guys are worried about the distances. You guys are worried about like all this other, like, is the club head too big? Is the ball going too far? And instead of dealing with any of the stuff you've been worried about for the last 5 years, you give them rangefinders.
Listen, here's what they should do. The PGA should be like, hey, we've decided we're totally on board with the PGL. But you have to try. The only reason we're going to let you stay on the PGA is you have to try all the crazy rules that we come up with for 5 tournaments.
I hate
like
this.
Rangefinders.
I hate this.
Do it. Partner up with the PGA.
But no, like, I understand what you're saying. Like, I get it. Like, okay, like if you and the PGA are going to merge, you're going to add another. But like, I just feel like, and I've been following the PGA for the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in the last 6 months, they've got it more wrong than ever before.
100% correct.
Like, we're going to let rangefinders in a major and see what happens. We're going to give $40 million to whoever has the best Instagram account. And we
should do a show where we scroll through PGA Tour players' Instagram accounts and award them cash.
And we're going to say whoever plays on a different tour, even though you guys are all independent contractors, will be permanently expelled.
Yeah.
Like those 3 things alone just make me sit there and go, like, I have no confidence in you guys I have confidence in all of the golfers, but as an organization that claims to be for charity and want what's best for the tour and what's best for everybody. Like, I just feel like they've got their head so far, like, up their pile of caches that, like, they don't know what's happening in the real world.
You better call your boy Jay and let him know, like, this is
because, like, how are we going to sit back and be like, oh, like, they don't have slope on their rangefinders?
That's what we talked about this in the summertime.
So let me put it I want to explain this fully. Number one, to clarify it for myself, but for anybody else.
To our listeners, we're not getting to picks today.
That's fine. We might do a second show tomorrow with picks. One is the caddies use rangefinders on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what. Did you see the picture of Bernard Langer walking around with one of those roller measurers on the course and writing it? Yeah, there's a picture of him. He was really young in the early 90s.
Before rangefinders. And he's got one of those roller things that, construction workers use to roll out, I know exactly. I've got 3 of them.
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah.
And I used it the one time I needed it, and that's why
and then so what they do is they now use
used to do and write it down.
Yeah. They use these laser rangefinders. They find points in the fairway where like they know they're like, okay, like Rory's going to drive it anywhere from 280 to 330 yards, depending on the hole. Like from the back of the tee box on a par 3, like this is where the front of the green is. They jot it down. You see the caddies all the time walking it out.
Yep.
Like all this is doing. Okay, so you see the caddies walking it out. Then Thursday
you
comes
don't even
along.
need a yardage book.
Thursday,
Welcome to the real world.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday comes along, and so the caddies have their books fully filled out, which says like between this tree and this tree is 128 yards, and this is where Rory normally hits it. And so like from between these two trees, like I'm 5 steps forward, which is 123, or 5 steps back, which is 133, and. And not only that, the PGA Tour gives them greens books.
Yeah,
which tells them how many yards the flag is from the front of the green, which is where their yardages are measured to. Like, so when we play golf, we play to the center of the green.
Yeah.
When you play professional golf, you play to the front of the green, and then you add on the distance that the flag is. Correct? So like if we're playing a hole that's 420 yards, like to the center of the green, it's 15 yards, like from the front to the middle. They call that 405 yards. And then they count however many yards it is to the pin. And then they also have yardages from either side, and they have all the slope and everything. So I don't know what like the rangefinders is going to be the difference between, I think it's 168. No. Now I know it's 167.4. Like that's all it's going to be. And it's going to be a little bit faster because the caddies aren't going to have to find the points and walk out. But like, if that's the case, like just basically like, all right, mate, like you carry my bag. I'm going to use the rangefinder. I'm going to tell you what club, you leave me alone. But that's it for the news. We've gone on for an hour about the news. You ready to get into the Byron Nelson?
Sure. I'll just quick recap.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. Byron Nelson did not show, which was a shame.
Explain.
What
do you mean?
He didn't play this year.
No, he was not available for the golf.
Yeah, it was a bummer. I guess he had a busy schedule, and he really, he wanted to rest up.
He was hanging out with Lee Westwood, deciding not to go to the Olympics.
Yeah, he also, breaking news, is not playing the Olympics. I didn't do well. I had John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, and Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth was the only one to break the top 10. Everybody else stayed outside of the top 30. I had Ricky Fowler being in the top 10. He got cut. Georgia native winning for my prop bet. Not happening. And I had Ricky beating Will Zalatoris. Unfortunately, Will Zalatoris made the cut, so I automatically lost. 973 points. Boom.
Cool.
Ben had Mark Leishman, Daniel Berger, Ryan Palmer going T21, T3. Ooh, I didn't see that coming, to be honest with you. And T47. You had Will Zalatoris in the top 20 and Will Zalatoris beating Ricky Fowler. You hit on both. He T17 for 1,479 points. I am officially losing, which I have changed my strategy this week, so we'll see. I'm officially losing by 3,186 points.
Yes. So I watched a bit of this tournament. And look, let me just say this. Bryson DeChambeau is not repeating this year of the PGA.
No.
He could not hit a putt from inside 7 feet all week.
No, I mean, his putting is so bad.
The only reason he made the cut is because he was like driving the green on 370-yard par fours. Like he was playing with Mark Leishman on Thursday and Friday, and I was like, I had a vested interest in that, so I was watching, and I was just sort of like Mark Leishman is taking the wind out of your sails. Mark Leishman inspired me because he was like, I can hit it 310. I don't need to hit it 350. I think he was playing like the 7th hole or something, and Bryson put it 360 in the air.
Oh.
But then into the wind, he or if he doesn't hit the face perfectly, it goes from like 350 to 280, and he's then like last in line. Mm-hmm. So it was this weird, like other end of the spectrum dichotomy. He's either smashing it up there, chipping and not being able to putt for par, or he's absolutely like not hitting the face, having to hit a long iron. His iron shot is so weird with those single length clubs, and then still not being able to putt. So I like the way he played. I thought he was going to be doing a lot better, and he just couldn't do it on the putting green. He missed like everything from 8 feet and further.
I mean, you text me and I said, it's awful. It's just not good.
It was hard to like, it wasn't hard to watch because it's golf. It's fun to watch, but like, I was a bit like, man.
Hey,
man.
I just noticed this is our 4th major of the season.
Yeah. All right. So that was it. Like, super excited to still be winning. Spieth was crushing it, but he couldn't finish. What he finished? Tied third?
Spieth finished T9.
T9.
Yeah, okay. Because he had the low round of the maybe not, but he had he was 9 under in the first round.
Yeah.
And then 6 under in the third round, but
62 on day one. And everybody was just like, all right, give him the trophy.
Yeah, there.
And who wins the tournament? KH Lee?
KH Lee does, yes.
And that's like I had
like a
honesty because I like you guys as listeners. I watch every day but Sunday. Like Sunday, I was like, this is not fun golf.
Right.
This is TPC Bryan Ranch. And it just hurts my brain scopes. All right. You ready for the read?
Craig Ranch.
That's what I said. Craig Ranch.
Bryan Cranston's ranch.
Yeah. Bryan Ranch.
You're listening to The Swingdom, the champion podcast of the year. 2 guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given, with your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gunnar Kane.
Wrong button.
If you were on a deserted island with a golf course, wouldn't you want to be able to hear the people you were with?
Yes.
If so, check out Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey, 732-493-0900, 732-888-0. No, it's 888-9000?
888-9000.
888-9000. Check them out at Jersey Shore Beltone Hearing Aid Centers of New Jersey or BeltoneJerseyShore.com. Use the code word golf, get some batteries, get a free hearing test. Mm-hmm. Tell them we sent you. Say, hey, Coach Joe. Hey, Coach Joe. Coach. Golf. The Swingdom sent me. I'm here so I can hear.
I like that. I'm here so I can hear.
All right.
Very good. That's a very thick accent.
Oh, that's my New Yorker. Forget about it.
Can I tell you?
That's where I'm
in the
from.
middle of this?
That's exactly where I'm from.
Can I tell you exactly in the middle of this ad? Just because you have the accent, the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, we were next to this big group.
Oh my God!
This group of guys, and they were like,
"Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?"
It was exactly like that. They were like, "Can you believe it? Can you believe he didn't understand the slope rating of this green?" And I was like, "Oh my God, these guys!" And then they started just cussing, and I was like, "This is my."
I didn't want to do it. But they just, Are you bleeping kidding me? Are you bleeping kidding? Do you even know who you're talking to right now?
I did more of a Bernie Sanders, but the
more angry it gets, the higher pitched it is.
They were mad.
Oh no, fairway Jesus. Phil, you can't putt it again. It's still moving, Phil. What are you doing? Phil, what are you doing? Putting a moving golf ball.
That's when I learned about that. So we watched Phil tee off.
It's so high pitched.
We watched Phil tee off on that hole, and we stayed. and we didn't follow Phil to the green. We watched him all the way. We followed Phil all the way up to the tee box of that hole, and all of a sudden, it just comes trickling down because people are wearing these
Phil
earpieces.
hit a moving putt.
No, and these guys, they were like, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
It was still effing moving. Oh my god, that was so effing dumb. Doesn't even know the rules, and they just start screaming curse words and poor like Xander
You're like
Schauffele's
covering Gavin's ears.
No, he wasn't there. But Xander Schauffele is like a kid, and he's trying to like hit a ball, and I was like, I'd wait, dude. I'd wait.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are mad.
And back to the show.
And now to your hosts, Ben Ridner and Gully Kane.
Wow, what a great read. We've got the PGA Championship here at beautiful Kiowa Island, South Carolina. The course is an island. It is playing. Did you hear they're playing from the forward tees this week?
With rangefinders.
This is a 7,800-yard golf course.
I'm so angry. Is this a major or not?
I don't know. No, okay, number one.
They're making a mockery of major championship golf.
But we talk about this every year, which is like you've got the Masters. It's a tradition.
Yeah.
You go to the Open Championship, the British Open. I just call it the Open Championship now that I'm here. And it's like it's history and weather.
Yes. And
then you go to the USGA Championship, and it's lunacy by design.
Yes.
Like
that's how you hit moving putts.
It's the only way I can describe the USGA Championship is like they are literally like, can we just make the entire course out of concrete and put fans on every green?
Yeah. I love it.
Like that's what they want to do. And it's like, and it's fine. The PGA Championship is like
my favorite.
The PGA Championship, basically, like their claim to fame is like, we are the most fair and upstanding, which is why, like, to be honest, you have the best golfers winning that championship.
So this is a good time to bring up
one and dones.
Let me find it.
Because that's my prop bet.
One major since, although this is a little bit different because okay. So one and done players since 2010 is where I did it. I did it since 2010.
Okay.
Because it was just way too many to go through.
No. Is this all majors or is this just the PGA?
It's all majors.
Okay.
So since 2010.
Can you do it in order?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. So we'll do the Masters first.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players have won one major, and it was the Masters. They're one and only.
Sergio Garcia.
Yes.
Patrick Reed.
Yes.
Danny Willett.
Yes.
Adam Scott.
Yes.
I've got 4 out of 6.
The most recent major winner.
What? Oh, this year's.
Yeah, it includes up to.
Oh, Hideki Matsuyama.
Yep, and one more.
Not Tiger Woods. Not Jordan. No. Jordan Spieth has 2.
Dustin
Johnson. No, Dustin Johnson he's got a PGA.
Yeah, he's got a PGA.
Since 2010. Mm-hmm. Oh, Charles Schwartzel.
100% correct. All 6. Very good. So what I've done too is I've compared everybody to Tiger Woods just for fun.
Just for fun. Good. I'm glad.
Just for fun. All right. So the Open Championship has 5 since
I'm
2010.
Ready. You ready?
Yes.
Henrik Stenson.
Yes.
Mark Leishman. No, not Mark Leishman. We did this. This is you. You did this to me.
I didn't do this.
It's the Irishman.
I corrected it, and he won in Ireland.
It's the Srixon Irishman.
Oh my god, they do look alike.
I know. Oh no, I'll get back to him. So I've got Henrik Stenson.
Mm-hmm. One of them you will not get.
Molinari.
Yes.
Because that was 2 years ago.
It was.
You said there was 5.
There's 5.
What is that bearded, chubby man's name?
It starts with his last name starts with an L.
Leishman, Mark Leishman.
It's not. It's Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry. Okay. Shane Lowry. Shane Lowry, Molinari, Henrik Stenson. That Henrik Stenson Phil Mickelson duel.
Oh my God.
I will watch that any day, any minute. If the missus turns on, then you'll appreciate this, Mr. Tony. If she decides to put on the Hallmark Channel at Christmas time, I put on the Phil Henrik Stenson duel. And she's like, this isn't Christmas related. And I'm like,
yes, it is.
I'm like, he's the Iceman.
Yeah, he's the Iceman. And it's amazing. It was so good.
So that's the last 4 years.
Do you want me to give you the other two?
Zach Johnson won in 2015.
Yeah, but he has another major.
No, I know he's got a Masters.
You're missing
Jordan
20.
Spieth has won one.
You're missing 10 and 11.
2010 and 2011.
Yep.
And that's just slightly before my time. So I'm like, I will give that to you.
2010, it was Louis Oosthuizen.
I should have known that. Shrek. Yeah.
Yeah, and 2011, this is the one you weren't going to get, is Darren Clark.
He was an old timer. He's like, he's the Ryder Cup captain. Last Ryder Cup, he was the Ryder Cup captain.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't have gotten that. I should have gotten Oosthuizen.
Yeah.
But that's only because in 2015, when you go to the Wednesday, they do like a champions thing. And so at St. Andrews, they played all ex-champions who could make it played 1, 2, 3, 16, 17, 18, because it's like a links course. It's out and back. And I still have like the thing, like I saw Tiger play. Like it was Tiger, Louis Oosthuizen, John Daly, Arnold Palmer, like, and it was like one of these things where like anybody, like Jack Nicklaus, like anybody, Ben
Crenshaw?
Not Ben Crenshaw.
No, that'd be the Masters.
Tom Watson.
Yes.
And they just got like everybody into like, and it was just like, everybody who's playing that week was inside the ropes while they were playing. So it was like us on the outside of the ropes. Then you had like Ian Poulter, Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, Bubba Watson inside the ropes. Yeah. And then you had like legends teeing it off. And it was incredible.
I bet it was.
So Louis Oosthuizen was there and playing, which is why I should have known him. All right, what's the next one?
The next one is the U.S. Open.
This is going to be the hardest one for me.
It was since 2010. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well.
Bryson.
I've
got Bryson.
Yep.
That's it right now. That's it off the top of my head. Bryson, and he's like the latest.
Yep.
Brooks has 4. That's why I'm not saying Brooks. Like I feel like the PGA is the one that has probably like 7 or 8 because it's always different.
It is actually 6. It's tied with the Masters.
Okay. Because I know like I know the PGA better than the Open. So the Open was Martin Keimer?
No. Do you want me to give them to you in order?
Give me a U.S. Open.
So we'll start with the 2010. Then it goes to 12, 13, and then 19, 20.
Well, okay, wait. So Bryce, hold on. If Bryson won in 20.
Yeah. So one before that. And this was a well-deserved win.
Oh, he's an old timer.
Not necessarily.
A well-deserved win?
He just really, really should have won.
I don't know.
A long time ago. Gary Woodland.
Oh, that's right. At Pebble Beach.
Yeah. The next one down, 2013. And as a matter of fact, Gavin insulted him to his face.
Deservedly so.
the year after he won at Gavin's first professional golf event that he attended, he looked at him right on the practice green and said, I could have made that. And he shuffled around in his bag and said, sorry, bud, I don't have a putter short enough for you.
Justin Rose?
It was Justin Rose.
Yeah.
It's one of my most famous interactions.
Yeah.
And 2012, you got this one?
Jason Duffner.
It was not. It was Webb Simpson.
Webb Simpson.
Webb Simpson has one major, the
Yeah.
U.S. Open. And in 2010, one of my favorite players of all time for no apparent reason is Graham McDowell.
Graham McDowell.
And
so I thought Webb Simpson and Graham McDowell were PGA
map.
championships.
No.
Okay.
Those were U.S. Opens. And then now for your PGA championship, there are 6 of these. Would you like a go, or do you want me to tell you?
I would like a go. We've got Colin Morikawa.
100%.
Keegan Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Duffner.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. You said there's 6, so I got half. I'm okay with half.
Jason Day and my
Jason Day. Oh, I'm not okay with it.
Jason Day and my second most favorite from the exact same tournament. Gavin looked at this player while we were following him.
Said you
Ricky
garbage.
Fowler and Colton Host, as a matter of fact. He was chipping onto the green and flew it past, and Gavin said, you hit it too hard. And he looked back at Gavin, turned around, hit the next ball into the cup.
Nice.
Looked at him and walked away. And I was like, not okay, dude. It's Jimmy Walker.
Oh, yes, it is Jimmy Walker.
Who I will also tell you, but both my kids love Jimmy Walker. Gavin, one, for that story. And 2, Abigail loves the stars. And Jimmy Walker, she loves the pictures that Jimmy Walker
Jimmy Walker's wife also is an equestrian like my wife, and we both have Lyme's disease.
Yeah, and he is a very well-known amateur astronomer. Yes. So I compared these all to Tiger Woods. The wins.
Oh, you missed the 6th. Who was the 6th for the USGA?
No, you had that. The USGA was 5.
Oh, the PGA was 6.
The PGA was 6.
Who were the 6? I had 3.
Yeah, I gave you. Oh, Justin Thomas. You didn't.
Justin Thomas. Yeah. That's
sorry.
really dumb. I should have gotten him.
Yeah, you definitely should have gotten Justin Thomas.
Sorry, my brain was a bit fried from all that concentrating.
So would you like to know the breakdown compared to Tiger Woods? Because this is fantastic. I'll give you all the breakdowns, and I'll give you Tiger Woods.
Well, no, let's do it. So you got 6, 5, 5, and 6. So that's 22 wins. Tiger Woods has
14.
Yeah,
and I also did career win percentage of wins versus how many they've played.
Yeah,
I've done overall top 10s. Top 10.
Look, the reason I really wanted to get into this is because you have guys like Lee Westwood, Tony Finau. It seems like the guys who are on the cusp of winning a major get more credit than the guys who have just won a single major.
100%.
And I think
Gary Woodland.
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys see these single major winners as a flash in the pan until they win their second. So they sort of kick them off to the wayside. Yes. And it's sort of okay, who's the next get up and go. Well, so it's usually
we do that with Danny Willett.
John Rahm is very much in that boat.
Yes.
Tony Finau is constantly in that boat because he's got more top 10s than anybody else out there.
Yes.
Ricky Fowler, top 3, 4 top 5s in a single year.
Yep.
You just these guys just sort of it becomes who they are.
Absolutely.
Lee Westwood.
So I thought this comparison, then we'll do our picks. I thought this comparison was very interesting. So Justin Thomas and Adam Scott are tied with the most wins out of this group at 14. Tiger Woods has 82.
Wait, they each have 14?
They each have 14.
Justin Thomas has 14 wins?
14 wins for Justin Thomas.
Oh, my. I did not
Adam
realize
Scott
that.
has 14. Yeah.
Is that worldwide or is that just on the PGA?
That's the PGA Tour. All these are only PGA Tour numbers.
Good. Well, I know Adam Scott has a Players.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tiger Woods has 82. Colin Morikawa has the highest winning percentage out of all these for a PGA Tour events played. It's 9%, which is high. Tiger Woods, 22%.
22%. And like
22%.
He's technically still on tour, so he should be getting like knocked down for everything he doesn't show up to.
No, it's only events played.
I know.
Sergio Garcia is actually the winner for top 10 finishes at 108, where Tiger Woods is 199.
Yeah.
Top 10 percentage finishing, though, Justin Thomas wins at 35% of the events he plays. He finishes in the top 10.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods finishes 54% of the time in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. Total events played is Sergio Garcia. We could have all figured that out, where Tiger Woods has 368, which is less than Sergio Garcia.
Yeah.
Adam Scott has made the most money out of the list at $56 million total. Tiger Woods on the PGA Tour has won $120 million. And per tournament winnings, Justin Thomas actually wins at $257,000, where Tiger Woods makes $330,000 per tournament.
That's the way to do it.
I broke it down, dude. You asked me, hey, you said, hey, go look for a list.
I told you to, and you did it. I'm real proud
I tore it up.
I'm just like that. I got about half of those one-time winners. This all started because I was very interested to see sort of what Keegan Bradley has done since he won his PGA championship in like 2011 or 12 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited we got to this because this has been sitting here for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to make our PGA championship predictions?
I am. Kiawah Island, 7,800 yards, par 72. I like this. The thing about the PGA is like the PGA championship, it's consistent. So I'm just sort of sticking with consistency on this one.
Yep. All right.
You get first pick or do I get first pick?
You get first pick.
Oh, man. I'm going to pick Mr. Boring at the moment. I'm going to pick Victor Hovland. A bunch of top threes in the last 5 events. Kiawah Island is not necessarily a drive for dough, a drive for show, putt for dough kind of golf course.
No, it's not.
There's a decent amount of long irons. If there's weather, there is weather. Mm-hmm. I'm going with Victor Hovland as my first pick because he's been so consistent over the last 10 tournaments.
I'm really upset because he is on my list, and I think we're going to run into an issue where we have a list overlap finally because I have changed up my formula, and I'm going to best fit.
Okay. You're going like yardage, like fairway sizes, green sizes, things like that.
I'm doing best fit. And so you've knocked off one of my players. I am actually going to go the best fit for this course. Overall, you've left me my number one, and that is actually who I've been missing on recently, but I think, I keep going to the well until I pull water up. I'm going Jon Rahm. One more time. Just give me one more time with Jon Rahm. We might get it done.
I think I don't think that's a bad pick. I never think Jon Rahm is a bad pick. I think he's definitely going to make the cut. I'm just not sure that he is top 20 potential because he is a drive for show kind of competitor. And I am still sort of waiting for his quote unquote. And I'm saying this in a way in which is obnoxious and I'm not like his maturity.
Right.
Like, that's not what I mean. Like, that's not what I mean. Like, he's got to sort of take the pressure and run with it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to I think at one point I was sort of waiting for him to do that on Sunday. Like now I think he's just got to go out there and treat like Thursday. He's got to treat Wednesday like Sunday. He's got to treat Thursday like Sunday. Like he's got to go out there and say what is my, and this is something we've seen Tiger do for decades now at this point, which is go, what's my score for the day?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get it. We've seen Tiger go out there on a Sunday when he won the Masters in 2019. And he was like, if I went out there and shot a 65, it was mine.
Yep.
I was 2 up. If I shot 7 under, nobody else was shooting 9 under. It was mine. And that's like, he didn't have to do that, but that's his mentality. Like, I'm waiting for John Rahm to get that mentality.
I think we're going to add John Rahm actually to the list of one-time major winners.
I think we're going to add Mr. Mark Leishman. Him and Shane Lowry can walk arm in arm as one-time major winners, so we don't have to confuse them anymore.
All right, I'm adding him to the list. Mark Leishman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That would be nice. All right. I'm going to actually take your player who you frequently pick because I think last week was a gear up at the Byron Nelson, and I'm going to do Daniel Berger. I knew it was going to hurt you. I'm sorry. But
he does hurt me, but he's not on my list this week.
Is he really not?
The thing is, I only picked 5 on my list.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them realistically, because I know that my picks are usually so different from yours.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been my 5th pick.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. He just hasn't he's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in order for him to win, he needs to be in the top 3 2 or 3 weeks, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not there yet.
That, and that's true.
That's a weird thing but that's my gut thing. So that's sort of how I feel about it a little bit is I know he needs an extra. Oh, my camera froze.
You did freeze up.
He needs an extra. Hello, there I am. I'm back. So I think he needs I think he's gonna be ready for the. I think he's gonna be open. He's gonna be ready for the Open. And I think he's good. I think he's got a very good chance at Royal St. George's.
I think so. Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually very surprised. I've got 2 picks right now, and I want to pick both of them. And I was hoping you were going to pick one of them.
Yes.
And
I think we may have the same 2 picks.
No, we don't.
Really?
We don't.
Okay. All right. So who's your 3rd pick then?
I want to steal your pick.
Okay.
I want to steal it.
Go for it.
But I want a 4th pick.
I think I know the pick that you're trying to steal. And every time this happens, every time I take this person when it's between the 2 of them, you end up on the better side of it. And I don't know why. So I'm okay if you take this person because I'm ready to be on the winning end.
No, well then you just talked me out of. I don't know. I almost want you to make the next pick. I thought you had first pick because I got first pick of the Masters, and this is a majors. This is different.
Nope. I had first pick of the AT&T.
Why?
Go for it. Make it. Make the pick.
I need to flip a coin. I literally.
We're running long. You got to make a pick.
We're running so long is an understatement. I'm flipping an SD card because I don't have a coin.
What's heads?
Oh, I got tails. I'm picking Jordan Spieth.
He was not on my list at all.
Oh, really?
Nope.
He's been crushing it the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
He's trending upwards. He's got everything going right. He went from North Carolina to Dallas, played well in both states. Now he's going back to South Carolina for a major. This is the one he needs for the Spieth Slam. I am perfectly okay with going for him.
Well, you know what they say, the difference between North and South Carolina is South Carolina's worse. So he can't. I'm playing.
So he can only do better.
He can only do worse. No, I actually think Jordan Spieth is going to go the way of Bitcoin at the moment and take a plunge. He's not. I'm not sure he even cracks the top 50. All right, perfect. Well, I'm going to take his adversary sitting there eating sandwiches on a scoreboard in junior golf. I'm going to take Justin Thomas. So I think we're gonna.
I wasn't going to pick him. Who were your 2 picks then?
Justin Thomas and Xander Schauffele. I thought you were going to take.
My 2 picks were Jordan Spieth and Keegan Bradley.
I thought you were going to take. So I was referring to every time I took Jordan or Justin, and you took Xander. You always blew me up.
Yeah.
And so I was ready for you to take Jordan.
No. I still this is going to sound really Xander's a great pick, but I'm just
he's not ready.
It's not that he's not ready. I'm just like, show me the money. Like, I'm tired of it.
I just don't think he's ready, to be honest with you.
Like he hasn't done anything in the last 10 weeks where I'm like, oh, like you're ready for it. He blew up at the Masters and he hasn't been he has not been seen since.
Right.
I really want to pick Keegan Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
So I might do him top 20 as a long shot.
I'm not going to accept top 20 as a long shot.
Top 30?
No. You got to go up.
I did. Top 40?
No. I mean, you got to go up in the rankings.
Oh, up the scoreboard.
Yeah.
What do you think then? What are you going to give me?
I would give you top 10 for
All right,
Bradley.
let's meet in the middle and say top 15.
I'll take it.
All right.
I'm a pushover.
You trust me, you know I am.
Keegan T15. I'll take it.
Yeah. I really wanted him. Like I really wanted him. He's been like top 5 in the last 3 tournaments. He's trending upward so hard. Like this is not a course that he can't handle. I think he's going to finish top 5, top 10 easily, like top 15. I think that's easy money for me. I appreciate you giving it to me. I will give you whatever you want on your long shot. So
actually my long shot, you're going to probably be dumbfounded by, but my long shot's going to be that DJ misses the cut.
I'm not. He just had knee tweakage surgery or whatever it's called. So like that doesn't. No, I'm like I would be surprised if he missed the cut. I don't think he's going to be like it. I think he's going to be in like the bottom 10 of the cut that's made.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he missed the cut at all. So thank you for giving me 15. I will let you have that.
All right. What is your prop bet?
My prop bet. You ready for this?
Yes. I have a good one too.
Yeah. So we've got Keegan Bradley playing in this. Is Jason Day's playing in this?
Yes.
Justin Thomas is playing in this.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Give it to me.
Yeah. I'm going to go prop bet 2-time PGA winner.
So a one-time
major winner winning his second major at the PGA.
I love it. I like it. I like it a lot.
And that like when we started talking about it, I wrote it down immediately and I was like, this is going to be fun. I was like, I've got quote unquote 20 chances. I know there's probably 5 or 6 guys that aren't in it. Jason Duffner's doing better than average at the moment. Like, I think it would just be fun to see like Keegan Bradley, Justin Thomas, like Duffner, Jason Day, Bryson DeChambeau, any of those guys like win a second one. Just extra points for me, but I think it would be super cool. I think it would sort of everybody would then start having the who is this versus Brooks Koepka conversation, which I think is a fun conversation because like this is a guy who has like 6 or 7 wins, and 4 of them are majors.
4 majors, right?
4. I will have to. I'll look into this week, or you'll have to look into it this week for me. But like, does he have the highest percentage of majors to wins?
Yes,
he must. Unless there's somebody who's like only win is their major, like Danny Willett.
No. Yeah, Danny Willett. If you're talking about the PGA Tour, it's
100%. Like no, but I'm saying like somebody who's like been in it for 10 years.
Yeah, no, that would be Brooks.
I would still rather be Danny Willett than anybody else, like not on tour.
Oh, 100%. All right. So my prop bet, I told you it involved Rory. I'm going out on a limb and saying that Rory shoots the lowest round of the tournament.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Did either of us pick Rory? Do I not remember that?
No. And that's why I like this as a prop bet. I think he shoots the lowest round and
he was on my list. He's favored to win, but back to back before a major just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening.
Like it just doesn't happen. He's out there celebrating with like $1.5 million. He is not being like, no, the PGA is coming up. I've already got 2 of these. Like, so this is the question I wanted to ask you. Who is the defending champion at Kiowa Island? Is it Rory or is it Bryson?
If I had to pick between the 2?
Well, Rory won at Kiowa 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the defending champion at Kiowa Island.
Oh, in the PGA Championship.
Yes. And Bryson DeChambeau is the defending champion of the PGA at not Kiowa Island.
No, Bryson's the US Open.
Oh, sorry.
This is why you have to stop calling it the USGA.
Sorry, call it Colin Morikawa.
It's Colin Morikawa. 100%.
He's not Rory.
Champion. No.
There's too many championships, man.
All right. Do we have a bonus or no?
I don't. If you have one, I'm ready for it.
You want to do the hole in one? I'm taking a hole in one. You take a knot?
No, I always take hole in ones.
Same.
I always take a hole in one. Whenever it's like I would take.
How about an albatross?
I always take those.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
albatross
I do.
Are way harder than holes in ones.
I'm gonna go with look, ready for this?
Yeah.
Sub 64.
Okay.
Right. 63 is the low round at a major ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking 64 and under.
Sub 64. Oh, 64 or lower? Or
you want me to take? I can take 63 and under. Tie the record or lower. I'll take ties the record and lower.
63. Yeah. Okay. And I'll take 64
and higher.
Okay.
You're so good at typing.
I'm not. I backspace a whole lot.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the Swingdom this week. This is your PGA Championship preview show.
Sure was.
I'm Ben. That's Gunner. We'll be watching this week. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't forget to reach out to us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, the Gmail, the swingdomofgolf@gmail.com. You can reach out to us at the Swingdom on any of those other channels, feeds, whatever. What do you call them? Social medias?
Things.
If you guys want to ask us any questions, please reach out. We really, really appreciate it. And we will catch you guys on the flippy floppy. Enjoy the PGA Championship at Kiowa Island.
It's major week. Swing them out.
Major week. Swing them out.
You've been listening to The Swingdom. Remember, we're just two guys, 28 clubs, 0 putts given.
You think Bryson's even got a chance? Is he even on your list?
No.
Yeah, me neither. He can't putt.
Can't putt.
All right. See you later.
See ya.